do not think you would want me treating you, so try not to get hurt.
Thank you. Well, welcome back, friends. It's been a little bit of a hiatus on this series. I do apologize for that, but I had a couple videos I needed to make, and they took a bit of research to make. But we're back at it. Where we last left off, we walked through the masterpiece known as Lost and Found and Fallen Footsteps. It was by Chris Takahashi. We are going to do another Chris Takahashi quest. This is A House Divided, also a very good quest. Fallen Footsteps and Lost and Found, an absolute I'm going to turn down the volume of the music a little bit real quick because I still have the settings fairly high. Here, we're going to turn it down a smidge, and I'm also going to turn it down on my headset here so I can actually hear myself think. But yeah, masterpiece. It was emotionally driven, and it encourages players to engage with the environment itself, which is oh, hold up, my game's lagging out. Alana, did you want have something to say?
Missed you.
No.
Go
Nothing
on,
new.
leave. Break my heart.
You can come along. But just an absolute masterpiece of environmental storytelling. Very, very stunning visuals with the vortex, the footsteps, everything. So my opinion of that was just stunning storytelling. Completely, absolutely stunning storytelling. The environment was perfect, encourages players to engage in that environment and discover the story instead of having it kind of like spoon-fed to you, which seems to be typical for most games nowadays. Is they're very cinematic and kind of like spoon-fed stories instead of allowing the player to engage with the story and kind of discover it themselves. But let's get on to this.
I am not.
First the cataclysm, now this. There's too much going on right now.
Should try working less. It works for rich people. You look stressed, not my problem. There's enough time for anything. What was that conversation about? That happened in an earlier episode where I walked through here, but we will ask the question.
The accident has strained our supply chain on a number of fronts. Envoy Kadik argues it's a problem of manpower. Warden Bethal says it's a problem of resources. I had hoped we would have solved the supply issue by now, but there's been a complication.
Let's go with the commerce one. I don't think I've seen that before.
I'll try to keep that in mind. I'm sorry if I seem a bit flustered. Things have been chaotic since the cataclysm, and now word of missing supplies. But that doesn't excuse my rudeness. Let me at least introduce myself. My name is Kezrani Dulkef. I work as an executor for House Dulkef.
My name is Lorem Ipsum. Nice to meet you. Executor? Let's ask the question first.
Members of House Dulkef who handle trade in and out of Dazra. We are part of the Ministry of Commerce, but our building was lost in the cataclysm.
All right. Let's go with the first one.
Likewise. And I'm well aware of who you are. Word of the first convert in generations is on everyone's lips these days. But I'm sure you are busy getting adjusted to life here. Is there anything I can help you with?
Maybe I can help you. I'm looking for work. Overheard the curious? Nothing. I just wanted to introduce myself. No, but maybe I can help you. Seems like you've hit some trouble.
Trouble only begins to describe it. It's about the supply shortage. there may be a reason for it beyond the cataclysm itself. A week ago, my cousin Ukaru came to my office concerned about a series of lost shipments. He was certain someone was using the tragedy as cover to steal supplies and route them to our enemies.
Which enemies?
I'm not sure. The message was vague, and there are many who would want to do us harm.
Doing so would be treason. Using the tragedy as a cover seems especially low. Smart move. I'd do the same given the opportunity. Using the tragedy as cover seems especially low.
Agreed. It is difficult to believe, and as such, the proof must be ironclad. So I told my cousin to return with more evidence, and when I didn't hear back, I assumed that was the end of it. But this morning, I received a slate from a courier. It was from Ukaru. It was worrying, to say the least.
Odd that he wouldn't talk to you in person. Just get to the point.
Yes, he was trying to leave a trail, it seems, in case something happened. The contents were cryptic. He mentions a possible conspiracy and being followed, and well, I hate to say it, but I'm starting to panic. He hasn't shown up to work in days, and the timing of all this feels suspicious. But if he is in danger, I don't know if it's safe for me to investigate. I need someone disconnected from the noble houses.
I can investigate if you're in a hurry. I think I can save Ukaru. I'll investigate. Just tell me where to start. Why someone disconnected from the noble
slate
houses?
Ukaru sent via courier is light on details, but he did say that one of the noble houses may be involved, which, if true, would emphasize the need for discretion and an outside party.
What kind of shipments have gone missing?
Vital supplies for the city, which given the cataclysm is a wide breadth of things. Construction materials, medical kits, food. The loss of all this is a great cause for concern, given the state of the city.
Why not investigate it yourself?
I'm not sure that's wise, given Ukaru's warnings. If what he says is true, a watchful eye is being kept on House Dulkef. They may blame him or me for the supplies going missing. And if I investigate this, I could be accused of wiping records or tampering with evidence. An independent investigator, unaffiliated with the houses, is what we need here.
Let's go with the Starborn option.
My hope is for the same. Thank you for doing this.
This is taking us back to the halls of healing.
We have done our best to allocate
Let's reload
necessary
this.
supplies for the
There we
device
go.
being built.
I have not seen my sister in days. Great Serpent, I pray nothing has happened to her.
The idle dialogue is
Our
pretty
supplies
good.
dwindle by the second. Great Serpent, save us.
Radiology.
Keep moving forward.
I'm sorry, but this wing of the hospital is under investigation. You'll have to leave.
Give slate. Sent me. This slate provides me access. Just let me through.
Even with the cataclysm, this is highly irregular. But not surprising. Kisrani is obsessed with transparency and often seeks independent help. I find this tendency unwise.
And by unwise, he means a complete disregard for operational security, rules, and regulations.
Possibly. And yet, despite what I said, and unsaid, she persists in doing so. So, we must come to a compromise.
A good compromise leaves everyone unhappy. This one was particularly miserable.
I will give you the keycard to Ukaru's computer. You will be able to access documents and correspondence for the past month. Any further access will require admin privileges, which I am not willing to grant.
Let's persuade him.
I apologize, but you were only given access to view the computer's records. Admin privileges are restricted to House officials only. I am aware of your status as a recent convert, which is barely a step above heretic. I see. I'd rather not endure any more pressure from the leadership than I already am.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, I would say rules are rules. But I do understand this is an emergency. Even Kisrani must obtain
I
permission
lost an
before being
easy
granted
check.
access to her cousin's files. We still follow protocol here. I am sorry, but
I've
I
never
cannot
lost
grant
that
you level
persuasion
of
check
access.
before.
You'll have to make do. Unfortunately, rather than use the proper channels, he chose to start his own investigation.
A very unfortunate choice.
I will not pretend to know the particulars of this case. I will say this. We are House Dual Kef. We have a reputation. We are professional. We are exacting.
We don't make mistakes.
Precisely. Ukaru hasn't logged into his station for some time. I've had to process several write-ups documenting his absence.
Dereliction of duty, failure to serve, fireable offenses all around.
We've also had to shift resources and people to make up for his absence. Suffice to say, it has made navigating this current situation more difficult.
Is it unusual for Akaru to abandon his post?
It is highly unusual for anyone to display such disobedience, especially now. Such actions are tantamount to heresy. Loss of employment is the most likely outcome.
A beheading isn't off the table.
It would be done humanely, of course.
Has anyone else been allowed entry here?
Several. The halls of healing are extremely busy. We can't keep track of every individual that passes through. In particular, the patients. We had to usher one out of here just now, who claimed to have a crippling headache.
Given the patient himself was a headache, it's likely genetic.
Admin privileges would allow you to view the access logs, however, that track the last 3 users to sign in. Now, to get back to these spreadsheets.
All right. Record deleted. Deleted. They're all deleted. Let's restore them. Hmm. Okay, let's begin reading. The other day, I received a message from an anonymous source insisting that I do an audit of our supply chain, very particular. Normally, I would dismiss such a missive, but in the wake of the recent cataclysm, showing additional diligence here is prudent. As a result, I've performed an audit of our supply data, and what I found is troubling to say the least. Several shipments that were supposed to be routed to institutions in need were put on hold for reasons that are unclear. Strange. Typically, this is done when a shipment is suspected of containing contraband or worse. And yes, I understand weapons shipments must be carefully examined, but many of these crates contained medical supplies, construction materials, and other essential resources. They were all approved via a remote login code which allowed them to bypass normal approval process. This is something only high-ranking officials would have access to. I've done an export of the access logs, but can't store the results here. I'll export it to a slate and hide it in a box in Kiswani's office. So. Remote desktop log opened, memory page, blah, 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 blah. History ignored, log. Marked for hold, marked for hold. I knew it. The supply crates are on the move. I extended the range of tracking devices used to locate crates in large warehouses. With the increased distance, I can see the shipment was placed on hold. Confiscated and placed in lockup, all from my office computer. I won't be able to follow the crates until they leave the facility completely, but when they do, I'll set my scanner to the device's frequency, 99 point, whatever, which should lead me to wherever they're being forwarded to. Maybe if I know who's receiving them, I can ask the larger question: who is stealing the shipments? For them to do this so cleanly, it must be someone with connections inside the great houses. The other day, I could have sworn I was being followed. It was just a feeling, but a very strong one. Sometimes in crowded spaces, you can sense the people around you, constricting the oxygen until the air itself collapses around your throat. That's what it felt like. My breath felt tighter and tighter. My pulsar coming close and closer until I could feel their presence standing right behind me. But when I turned around, there was no one there. Curious. It must be my anxiety, or maybe it was something else. I know I'm getting very close to uncovering something big, something that may even implicate one of the great houses. And on top of that, they are shamefully using the cataclysm as cover. The next few days will be eventful. That is clear. My palms are damp with excitement. Let's see if we can... So... Dolcaf, remote login.
Leave this area. Stop where you are. Do not resist.
What? Don't worry, I'll go quietly.
Very good. We have enough troubles to address already.
I don't know what happened there. Maybe I wasn't supposed to click on that log. But I did. Or maybe it was because I restored all the deleted files. Whatever. I don't think I had anything of value there.
This is our city, and you will
I see
follow
that.
our rules.
Can you move? Thank you. So we got arrested. I'm not entirely sure what for. It might have been because I clicked on that file that I wasn't supposed to click on, but I did it anyways. Uh-oh. Is my game crashing? I think my game's crashing. Oh boy. Oh boy. I think my game crashed. Or it froze. Well, let's hope I have a recent autosave. It locked right up on me. That normally doesn't happen. That's probably because I'm cloud gaming right now. The cloud gaming is not the best, unfortunately, but you know it's the best way to record this and have half decent audio quality. Okay, let's hit the continue button. So it has me in the halls of healing. We're not going to reread all that stuff or really talk to the person. We're going to just breeze through it real quick so we don't have to redo that. Hopefully this time we don't get arrested. We'll see if we can pass the persuasion check this time. There are unique organic and inorganic resources that can be found on specific planets. Thank you for the helpful tip. Let's get this off my screen. I think that, there it goes. Wow, this load is taking forever. Hopefully this speeds up a little bit here. We can get into game. I haven't had a freeze like that or a crash like that in quite some time.
Need something?
Ben, no I don't. But
I'm sorry, but this wing of the... even with the cataclysm, this is highly irregular. Kisrani is
And by unwise.
Possibly. And you...
A good compromise.
I will give you the key card to... You will be able to access documents. Any further access.
let's see if we can pass the persuasion check.
But you were only given access. Admin privileges. I see.
There we go.
am aware of your stature, and the threat is noted. I would rather not make an enemy of you. I suppose, given all that's happened, exceptions must be made. You'll be granted.
We don't need to ask any of that. We already talked to him about that. Let's just throw down a quick save in case we randomly get arrested again. Okay. I probably got arrested because I didn't have the permission to do that. And I looked at the file anyways.
I pray that the Great Serpent will deliver us from our hardships.
Hi, Dan. What do you need?
I do hope this thing being built will not.
Hold up.
Get a hold of yourself, Samira. You'll
My
be
game
fine.
is lagging out. There we go. Catch up. Freaking stupid cloud gaming. You know what? It's my internet. It's been acting up all day. I probably need to restart the router or something stupid. Oh. What the heck? Where am I? Why is...
Hey, Dan, I've got something for you.
Hold on. Do I have... I don't have the right quest activated. That's my problem right there. Let's check the map, because we might be able to travel quicker. Okay, so it wants us to exit the city before we get the next waypoint.
The Great Serpent would not have done this unless truly necessary.
At least I think it does. Gotta figure out where it wants us to go. Yeah, it wants us to like exit out that one specific exit. Some of the waypoints in this game like drive, or this DLC drive me nuts because it like points you to the city doors and it's like I can just jump the wall. Why don't you just point me to like where I'm supposed to go in the end and I can pick my exit. Nope, not there. Trying to hit this silly waypoint so it'll give me the next waypoint. Whatever. I'm gonna leave the city and see if it catches itself up. Let's just check the map real quick. See, it's like It's like pointing to a specific door. It's like, please exit the city through this one door we have. But there's like 50 other doors to exit the city, and then you can even just like jump over the wall. But no, you need to exit the city the one specific door. Just tell me where the end location is. There it goes. Now that I got out of the proper city, it is telling me where to actually go. Instead of like, hey, you need to exit out of the east door, there's like 57 other doors and you can hop the wall anyways. Now, I probably have a location that is nearby. So yeah, I can just hop right here and then just jump down. And if they would have told me the final location, I could have just did that from the beginning. That's it.
Hi, Dan.
That's where we're supposed to go. Right there. I think I can make it to that outcropping there and land there. And I am correct. I can do that. Hollow Bluff Depot. Cool name. Very dark in here. So I can go in through the vent here.
Everything okay, Dan? Sorry, Dan. Stealth mode engaged. Scanning. This place looks dangerous, Dan.
Contraband cache. Promise kept. Brother, the instructions from the contact in Dazra are clear. The shipments will be routed here, and from there they will be taken to our hideouts across Vrun-Kai in the settled systems. I know you are weary of trusting the followers of Jurek, but they vowed it would be different this time. And so far, they have made good on their promises. House Malene has never been stronger, and we have our person in Dazra to thank. The incident in Dazra. Word has spread of a great calamity in the city of Dazra. Normally, A blow to our enemies is a boon for us, but many working this depot are wondering if this will halt the rerouting of shipments. The contact has assured us this will not be the case, and to expect continued support in the coming months. Security office keycard. Reminder, brothers, to keep our keycard on you at all times. While we are prepared to burn this location if discovered, it should not be due to negligence. There have been instances where keycards have been found strewn on the floor and accidentally swept up with the trash. Carelessness will not be tolerated. This system is used to track individual crates inside the warehouse. Enter a specific frequency to track a specific crate. Tracking shipments routed from House Varun. Resource supply crate HV2294G pinged. Pinging frequency, sending signal to locator. Distance will update every second with a deviation of 0.28 seconds. Okay, hold on. Let's find the key card.
Right, men. Be on your guard. Who knows what may come? Excuse me.
You are excused, I guess. There is a key card somewhere. There it is. Found it.
Hi, Dan. What do you need?
Got a data slate here. Zealot Captain's note. Listen to me. There is plenty of scrap here. Use it to reach the supplies on the upper shelves. Stop wasting our fuel constantly boost packing back and forth. Do not make me remind you again. Cool, we got a warrior's Wakajashi right there.
Impressive.
Someone's sleeping over there.
Tis but a scratch.
We have good old Benjamin Dune quoting some Shakespeare for us. Probably lost on most players. It's funny how critical a lot of people are of the writing in this game, but they likely would not recognize Shakespeare if they heard it. so we want that. We got a data slate over here. And a blood trail. Digipick as well. Tracking device.
I found the shipment! Along with, countless others. This is bad. Real bad. But it begs the question, who are these for? And who's helping them? Wait, what was that?
My only grievance about this particular quest is that voice actor did not have the Varun accent when he was doing the voice acting. I want, like, maybe he couldn't do it or something. But we're giving some environmental details here. We have a blood smear. And look, the blood smear continues on the ground below us. And we are to use the blood smear to help us locate our missing Dolkef member. Awesome environmental storytelling. Great work here. Minus a little bit of the grievance about the voice acting and not having the accent of House Varun. But I think that's like the only character in this whole thing is like that.
I see. You cannot escape the shrouding, accursed one. And now you and your friend will...
I'm in need of a med pack. Do you have one?
Yes, I do.
The shrouding, bless you.
I've never saved him before.
I'm already starting to feel the effects.
I didn't even know you could do that.
1,001 thank yous. Just for you, starting with this one. Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome. Please just shut up. I need information about missing supplies.
I thought as much. So, you were here picking up where I left off, yes? Here, this log should come.
I've never saved him before.
They've escaped through the vent. Find them!
Such power comes, Oh, I've forgotten how the rest goes. Never mind. It can't be important.
Yeah, Benjamin, get back up. Alana, get back up. entire place coming after us. I can't even see.
I'm glad that's...
There's our boy. He looks like he's leaving. We saved him though, which is a good thing. I've never saved him before. I didn't even know you could.
Wow! Oh, damn! Do it again.
Find the intruder! Block them from the control room! You're just looking at that!
Trouble could have been avoided. That was the wrong choice.
Unto darkness! The accursed has escaped me!
Back up. Back up, Derek. Back up, Ben. I'm trying to get through this door.
We will find you, and you will be judged.
Do something with a little bit more oomph. Hi, friend.
Come on, make this interesting.
Oh, was that Benjamin Dune I shot? It was. I shot Benjamin Dune. Oops. You look like a bad guy.
They got what they deserve. A one-way ticket to oblivion.
I'm glad I found that ending where I was actually able to save him. That was cool. I didn't even know I could do that before. So we need to find all of these. So there's one there. Here's one. And there's two more. Sure, there's nothing in here. There's a dead body. Ruined security. It's got a med pack.
I like being here. That's all I'm saying.
Ah, there's the last one. I'm gonna need to make more hyper giant hearts. Those things are very useful. especially when you get in a pinch. Like when I saved that guy, you know what it did?
What
It
do you
unlocked the final room, so like every single enemy in there came at me all at once. So I like kind of had to pop all my cooldowns so I didn't die immediately.
I could really go for a cup of something caffeinated and emotional.
Retrieve the encrypted slate in the audio log. I'm wondering how the dialogue is going to change because I saved him. He's normally supposed to die. And I wonder if that's just particularly a Starborn ending where you're able to save him. We'll see. We'll see how the dialogue changes.
Fortune favors the brave. Well, and those who have anger management issues and big...
Where the heck is he?
I've been stuck!
Trouble could have been avoided. You chose to face it head
Okay, I believe now we can go back. No. Show me where I'm supposed to go. And we'll go right here because that's close. Got my back starting to hurt. I don't have my gaming chair right now, so I'm using this really cruddy chair.
Hi, Dan.
What do you need?
Wait. We want to get out of here. We want on the other side of this place.
If you feel you're in danger, I can provide a security detail.
Solutions
My people are
nearly
nothing
always
if
come
not
from the
capable.
direction you least
Thank you,
expect.
Envoy.
So there's
I'll
no point
consider
looking
it.
in that direction
Was there
because they
anything
won't be
else?
coming from there.
Yes, there was one more thing. Regarding the missing supplies, I was wondering if I could be of any assistance. Our agents mostly work in the settled systems, but I have contacts in Dazra as well. I can set up a meeting at the Halls of Obedience.
I appreciate the support. My mind has been frazzled as of late.
It's understandable. The accident has affected all of us.
You're right, and your concern is welcome.
Okay. Let's fix that before I'm coughing in the middle of dialogue. Because that crap annoys me.
I apologize. The envoy and I were just discussing matters of state.
In particular, I offered to help find the missing supplies. I have my people looking into the matter as well.
Thank you for your diligence, envoy. On that note, I hate to take up any more of your time than I already have. And I'm sure you're busy with issues regarding your own house. If you don't mind, I'd like a moment with the diviner alone.
Thank you for your assistance. We can take it from here. You're dismissed, Mujin. If he's willing to help with the case, I don't mind if the envoy stays. Let's go with the first option.
Then I'll take my leave. The cortege has arrived at the spaceport, and I don't like to leave the crew waiting.
Thank you, envoy.
Executor.
I appreciate your discretion. The envoy is a trusted figure, but you can never be too careful in situations like this. And while having the conversation here isn't entirely secure, we're pressed for time, so it'll have to do. So, now that we're alone, tell me, what have you uncovered?
I didn't find Yakaru's body. He survived. I saved him. Okay, this is a dialogue error. He was not murdered by zealots. He made it out alive.
If only I had preached more caution. But after the accident, things were dire. Our resources were blocked. We needed those supplies, and...
You let bureaucracy get in the way. You can't blame yourself. The zealots were the cause here. You let him go through with it. Even blah, blah, blah. Can't blame yourself.
Indeed. But there's more going on here than meets the eye. If the zealots are responsible, they must be punished. But one question remains. How would they gain access to the shipments in the first place? This slate you found, it mentions a contact. Someone on the inside. This person would have to be well versed in our operational pipeline. They would have to know where to route the shipments and how to clean the books. It seems unfathomable. But perhaps Hukaru was right. A member of the noble houses has betrayed us.
Whoever it is, the zealots plan to meet at Jondar's rest. We need to find where that is. A person on the inside. We don't have the slightest clue who that might be. So the supply thief is a member of one of the noble houses.
It's very likely that is the case. As for which house, well, I'm not sure at this point. House Vithal would have the authority to put supplies on hold and confiscate them. House Kadik would have the intel and spies, and the supplies were ordered by my people at House Dulkef.
Whoever it is, the zealots plan to meet them at Jondar's rest. A person on the inside, we don't have the slightest clue who that might be.
The slate you brought to me does have some information. It mentions a meeting that will take place at Jondar's rest, but I don't know where that is. We're going to need to enlist some help. I'd like you to speak with Tivina Vithal at the keep. If that slate has coordinates, she may have the means to decrypt it.
Can we trust House Vithal?
They are fiercely loyal to House Varun and are in charge of rooting out zealotry in our ranks. Only one thing troubles me, though. If a shipment were put on hold and confiscated, it would likely go to them first.
Who do you think is stealing the supplies?
My mind goes immediately to motive. Who would want to aid the zealots? I want to be careful, but I will say this. There are members of the noble houses who have floated the idea of reconciliation in the past. But to make a suggestion is one thing. Without approval from the speaker, the act is treason.
What can you tell me about?
Do not let her cheery demeanor fool you. She has a reputation around these parts for being a ruthless hunter of heretics. If she doesn't know the location of the hideout, at the very least, she'll have a lead.
What about Mujine's theory about House Delkef being involved?
Well, if the implication is my cousin is the conspirator, his death disproves that theory. But I'm not averse to keeping that information between us.
Where were you when the
Myself and
cataclysm
some
happened?
others were having dinner at the meat house. From our vantage point, we couldn't see what was happening outside the scaled citadel, but I could hear the blast searing into my skull. I remember falling from my chair, trying to get my bearings in this period of eerie silence, and then I heard the screams.
I'll talk to Tilvina.
Excellent. As for me, I must mourn my cousin's passing. I understand there's a shrine upstairs, although it seems to be occupied at the moment. When you return, meet me at the Halls of Obedience, where we first met. By Genon's grace, we'll find out who the supply thief is and bring them to justice.
What kind of justice will this thief face?
When you betray House Varun, there is only one kind.
Why the Halls of Obedience and not your office?
You may have noticed, but I've been on the move a lot lately. I don't mean to alarm you, but I think I'm being followed. I'll feel more comfortable if we meet in a public place. Mujin suggested a security detail, and I think I may take him up on his offer. If nothing else, but for peace of mind.
Yep.
Serpent guide you, and be safe.
Okay, we're going to take a quickie screenshot, because there is Shushu.
Exactly the impression we don't want to give.
I'll be back to you later on.
See how all this works in our favor? It's not up for discussion. Worked so hard to achieve. It's done.
Nice little moment. Here, this is gonna be the screenshot I use for this. Turn up the brightness just a touch bit. Turn up the saturation a little bit. Get those colors coming out. See if there's any complementary filters. Do you like the Gemini era? It gives kind of a bluish tint. Apollo 2 does that as well. Let's go with Apollo 2. Okay. Screenshot taken. We're going to move on. So, it didn't recognize that we saved the one character. Maybe he died on the exit. I don't know. It was pretty chaotic with the fighting. It could have happened. I'll have to look up this quest to see if the dialogue recognizes if you're able to save him or not. That might... Maybe they didn't put it in there. I don't know. We'll see. I'll look at it, look into it. We'll figure out if that's just like missing dialogue or if he died during his exit and it didn't count as me saving him. I believe I picked up, he gave me something. I wonder what the heck he gave me. It didn't show up in new items.
What do you need?
Yeah, definitely want to look into that. Maybe he died on the way out, and I failed to save him. But that will make me want to see that dialogue.
If we hope to restore the city, your argument cannot provide a legitimate excuse for denying them who only leave
Divina! I was wondering when you'd grace my office with your presence.
I wasn't aware I had fans. I figured you were busy. I would have come sooner, but I had more important people to see. Saving the best for last, obviously. So I've made a name for myself?
Oh, yes. You've communed with phantoms, survived the ritual, and probably slew 2 or 3 horrors on the way. I'm not against the occasional embellishment on your behalf, believe me. Really? Well, let me apologize for appearing to be. I can't imagine what I was thinking, letting you slip away. In fact, I think you and I are going to be fast friends. But I realize that's not why you're here, hmm? Shall we get down to business?
Yes, let's...
Restoration.
Excellent. I take it this is about the missing supplies. I may have some intel on my computer that could help you with your case.
What sort of information do you have on your
Ship
terminal?
departure records that match the date supplies went missing, as well as employment records for individuals working the spaceport. If the supplies left Dazra, cross-referencing their confiscation dates with the spaceport logs will put a big flashing arrow pointed at the suspect. But we can discuss that in detail after you've read the records.
Show slate. I have evidence also. An encrypted slate from a zealot. Kusari thinks you can decrypt it.
Well, look at that. The Great Serpent favors us both. It just so happens that one of my agents recently recovered a zealot cipher key and dropped it off this morning. Here, a copy of the key for your records. Well, as you can see, the encryption they're using is mind-numbingly simple. Take the slate number and multiply the even numbers by 2. Your slate's numbered 2032, which means the key is... You hit the bullseye. Let's see what you've won. Looks like an all-expenses-paid journey to John Dar's Rest. Lucky you. Okay, scanning the coordinates, these point further north, hidden in Badlands. Clever, clever.
You can use some
Of
backup.
course. Resources are thin, but maybe I can squeeze in a squadron or 2 should you get in a pinch. But that aside, let's get to the guts of the issue, After reading through the evidence, where do you think the supply thief is from?
I don't really know.
That's all right. Take a guess. They did assign someone to work the spaceport. And the ship departure dates of the cortege also match the date the supplies were lost. Ah, I think you may be onto something. Well, whoever the thief is, I think it's all but guaranteed you'll find more clues at John Dar's Rest. Now, since you have what you need, I'm going to turn my attention to other matters. I've enjoyed our time together, but as they say, fish and guests are quick to stink. Let's avoid that from happening to us. Better make haste. A good lead is like a puff of smoke. Hard to miss. Remember, Chosen. None but the faithful are promised tomorrow.
Employee recommendations. Encrypted slate. Children of Jandar. Our time sits on the crest of the great wave, and it will come crashing onto the sons and daughters of Jarek in their moment of weakness. For now, let the waters gather and ripple the hymns of the great serpent in the belly of Jandar's rest. Coordinates embedded. If you heed the call, come join our communion when the hymn is spoken. Tell them your name is promised.
You might recognize the dates from Ukaru's list of missing supplies. I cross-referenced it with a list of ships leaving the spaceport after ours.
Chosen.
I didn't pay too much attention to the actual date. So we're going to go to Jandar's Rest. What did I open up this for? I opened it up for something. Oh, yes. I want to check combat support. What do I have? Ooh, I got an AI mech. We are going to drop that outside Jandar's Rest. Enjoy that one, guys, because it's going to be fun. We're going to drop a mech and we're going to go in hot. So this is probably the closest point we have. I plan on doing a full review of Shattered Space once I am done playing through this again. Because I'll have a lot of... Well, I have 3 playthroughs through this. And I think I have a sufficient footage to kind of sell my point that the writing in Shattered Space is actually good, especially like when you compare it to past Bethesda titles. Especially when you compare it to the base game Starfield, like the voice acting is tightened up a lot more. We saw in this episode the one instance with the cousin whose accent was like, it seemed like a California accent. Like it seemed like they just grabbed someone out of the mailroom and like, hey, can you read a couple lines for us for this throwaway character? But for the most part, like the voice acting's been spot on. Same with the writing, it's been pretty darn good for the most part. I think there's like there's 2 throwaway quests in this whole thing. I think we have 1 more side quest to go, which is a throwaway quest, and then the main quest. And we still have all of basically all of the main story for this DLC to go.
We got ourselves some trouble.
I can't seem to hit anything. Why can't I seem to shoot straight?
Shame that these here vermin didn't learn any manners.
Okay. Anything useful up here? Not really. Workbench.
Hi, Dan. What do you need?
So we can come in from above, and in fact what I am going to do is I am going to do exactly that, and I'm going to come in from above here, and I'm going to drop a mech. God, I broke my freaking leg. I'm going to drop a mech right in the center of John Dare's arrest. We need an injector or immobilizer. Looks like we have some fighting already going on here. Those squadrons came in. We're going to give them a little bit of support here.
Aye, aye, Captain. Stay clear of the fool!
Weapon systems prime.
Doing a little sniping.
Unusual activity noted. System integrity at risk. Impact registered.
I still have some lead in my pencil.
System damage identified. Impact registered. Re-evaluating threat level. System damage identified. Impact registered. Re-evaluating threat level.
I see you hiding back there.
System integrity at risk. System damage identified. Re-evaluating threat level. Structural integrity compromised. Re-evaluating threat level. System damage identified. Damage detected. Damage detected. Re-evaluating threat level. Damage detected. Damage detected.
There's a lot of enemies all around, man.
You're going to have to aim better than that.
Impact registered. Structural integrity compromised. Impact registered.
I think it's time to get into the fray.
System.
Uh-oh. I didn't have it loaded.
Structural integrity compromised. Impact registered. Damage detected. Re-evaluating threat level. Re-evaluating threat level. Technician requested. System integrity at risk. System damage identified. Impact registered. Technician requested.
You're already dead.
Impact registered. Enemy destruction confirmed.
There's a couple more enemies somewhere around here. Well, I'm gonna start looting up bodies. Weapon crate. Faustol Kef. We're going to continue proceeding forward and not spend too much time looting here because, you know, we'll be here all day looting bodies. And I'm getting kind of tired. But that was kind of fun dropping the mech on him.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this is quite a long side quest.
This place looks dangerous.
lot of enemies over there.
Is there any lock that you can't open? From what I've seen so far, the answer is no.
That was one hell of a fight. Hey, looks like we got ourselves into a fight.
I've been struck!
Hit me with a mining laser. It's running. Oh god. Too close. You're annoying. Stupid mining laser, man.
Death ain't pretty, but it sure is necessary sometimes.
Yes, it is.
Ah, the quiet after the storm. Unless, of course, it's the quiet before the next one.
I will end you!
This is becoming rather tedious.
Yes, it is. Hi. Yeah, you like that knockdown effect on the weapon? Pretty nice.
Feel the power of the dark side. Oh, sorry. I couldn't resist. rid the universe of idiots.
Well, you guys successfully did that and alerted the entire cave to my presence.
I'm hit!
Is that it?
By the 9.
Big boy. Ben's going teeing off against a redeemed. I have no clue where that redeemed went. Oh, there he is.
You're going to have to aim better than that.
Could have been avoided, but you chose to face it head on. That was the wrong choice.
I think we have reinforcements on the way. Where the heck am I going? I don't even know. This looks like the correct area. Hey, I leveled up.
Switching personalities. You did what you did. So vile.
I will find you.
I see that someone needs to teach you some manners.
Apparently I killed someone I wasn't supposed to. So now we have to deal with angry Derek. Very crucial we take out those turrets. They'll prove very problematic if we don't.
Make way.
Uh-oh, I'm lagging out. Here we go, we caught back up.
I'm hit.
Books open, eyes forward, and pay attention.
Got him. Got him. That's Ben. Go get him, Ben. Charge forward. Yeah, I just lobotomized you, man. I put that right down through your head. Kill the heretic. Not a heretic. Okay, looks like worship service took place there. This is such a fun area to explore because like it's very well detailed. It's laid out in a way that makes sense for zealots, you know. Although this room doesn't particularly make sense with the staircase there. But beyond that, we'll let my friends kind of finish them off while I explore around a little bit. Tale of Two Systems. I think we already have a copy of that. I keep hearing them, but I don't know where they're at. Yeah, they'll show up sooner or later. Is that a vortex grenade? It is.
Something is hearing about.
There is nothing. Too bad.
That all you've got?
We got a slate. Varun Scriptures, Volume 3. In time, Jandar amassed an army of the devout, growing House Malign into a force on par with the colonies of the settled systems. He organized attacks in civilized space and dispensed the gospel of Jian to all who would listen. Apostates and accursed alike heard the true word, blessed by the serpent's tongue, and pledged loyalty to Jandar's cause. But Jarek, in his final betrayal, deemed the promised to be zealots, and so this lie became the word spoken by the damned. take your drugs. Did I go in there? I have a feeling I did not search that room to the side. No, I did not. Because there's ammo crates all over the place with bullets in them. And it looks like they took care of our enemy there. Let's see here. Do that. And I think they're right there.
I cannot believe you did what you did. So vile.
I'm gonna lag it out a bit here. Okay, let's exit.
Yes.
Nothing, Ben. Let's continue onward. So we searched that. Let's search this room here. Got ourselves a little waterfall effect there. Going into a cave all of a sudden.
I am not impressed.
I'm lagging hardcore. Let's unlock it in case there's something in here. Stop lagging. I hate my internet sometimes. I got pain blades, some weird horn things, and a zealot with a cutter. Requires key. You just said that. Yeah, have a little waterfall here. I wonder if there is anything behind it. No, but it looks like there's something below it.
Standing by.
All right. So we searched all these buildings.
You're too late, Diviner. The contact has already returned to Dazra, and your handler, Kisrani, will die by their hand.
We can make a deal. I'll let you go if you give me the name of the supply thief.
Child of Jerick. Formerly, I would not entertain such cowardice. But the speed of your arrival is suspicious. How did you find this place so swiftly? I wonder if the contact has betrayed us and fled to safety. Killing us would remove his only witnesses. Yes, and I doubt that even the Warden, despite all her bloodthirst, would find us so quickly. No, this reeks of foul play.
Your supplier asked me to kill you to cover their tracks.
I thought as much. Until you spoke. Hearing the words, I don't believe you. If our suspicions are correct, then perhaps it is time to lay down arms. It is unlikely such a thing would have simply fallen into your hands. We are not so careless. A leak is possible. And it should not have been. It is highly suspicious.
We're kind of cheating a little bit.
If the contact has betrayed us, there is no honor in fighting. Your tongue lies. Your words have left me unsure. And since I do not know if the supplier has betrayed us, I shall let the outcome of this battle decide. With the Great Serpent as our witness, let the truth be revealed in death. The Serpent...
And spoil the child.
Yes?
No, it looks like he died. Let's see, we have some slates here. Zealot Scriptures, Volume 1. We got Volume 3 already. It is known that Jinan Varun took the word of the Great Serpent and gave it breath. That under his guidance, the ship of the dawn became the flagship of the morning, and that all would be made penitent through the Holy Serpent's crusade. Yet when his son Jarek stole the crown, which was rightfully Gendar's, he ended the holy war and defied the Great Serpent. His blasphemy set the true believers into exile and delayed the time of the shrouding until the promise were restored. So just to provide context, Jarek and Jandar were twin brothers, so that's kind of hard to say like who would be the rightful heir, and I am uncertain whether Jinan declared an heir before dying, so there is some strife going on there with who exactly is the heir to the throne. Oh, we got 2 end chests here. Any slates? I don't know. I don't think I searched this one. No slates. I don't know where rune slate number 2 is. I read it before. It's in one of these rooms. Nothing earth-shattering. It basically just details the squabbles between House Moline and the other houses. And basically these squabbles, like who actually was supposed to be the heir to the throne, whether it was Jarek or Jandar. Jarek wanted to continue the Serpent's Crusade, while Jandar wanted to discontinue that crusade. And this is something I really love, that they focused on this with this particular DLC, was they always put like a back door for all their dungeons, so you have like this easy escape. We're almost done. I think we got a little bit more to go here with our investigation. We should read that slate we picked up from
Don't talk to me. I am
our
very
friend. Let's read it. Kadik. Yep, Mujin Kadik. The contact in Dazra has made assurances that Gendar's arrest will remain hidden, and that the one named Kusari Dalkif will be handled. But we have trusted the children of Jurek before, and they've abandoned the Great Serpent in their cowardice. Now an outsider has entered our home only moments after he assured us we were in no danger. If we die, let it be known that Mujin Kadik is the betrayer. Thank you.
Defiance will not be tolerated.
And the mech reawakens. All right, zoom out. Okay, so I guess we'll go here and then travel there. I think there is one more side quest after this. It's like the missing groats. I've never done it before, actually. I found it by researching.
Supplies never cease.
Shush, woman. I found it by researching the authorship of Shattered Space that there was a quest that I had never done. I apparently overlooked it. We'll probably do that next session I play, so look forward to that. It's from what I hear, I didn't miss much.
You're back. Did you uncover anything at Jandar's Rest?
Mujin Kadik is the supply thief. Your life is in danger. Mujin Kadik may be sending an assassin.
Mujin? Does this mean he's the supply thief? Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Then I may be walking into an ambush, seeing as Mujin's the one who organized this meeting and supplied my security detail. The meeting takes place inside the Halls of Obedience. Will you watch my back?
Absolutely. Why don't I just kill them now?
I don't know if we have enough evidence. If we're the aggressors here, it may be harder to prove. Let's wait for them to make the first move.
Why the Halls of Obedience?
I want to avoid innocents being caught in the crossfire. If this is what I think it is, then let's be extra cautious.
I got you covered.
Thank you. Okay.
Then may the Great Serpent...
For House Malene!
Everywhere we go, we have to fight.
Why are you holding yourself? You definitely did not get shot. I don't think any of them shot their gun.
Bless you. I would not have survived that if you hadn't been here.
I don't even think you're wounded. You're lucky to be alive. I'm just glad you're okay. You wouldn't have a lot of things without me, a beating heart for one, and we'll just go with the first option.
It's more than luck. I'm beginning to think your coming was divined by the serpent itself. In any case, now is not the time to dawdle. Our next move must be to arrest Mujin.
I'll try, but I think it's risky. Why? Wait, isn't this enough to arrest him?
I am of House Dulkef. We are meticulous to a fault. Before we move in, I want to make sure we have opened every closet, looked into every crack.
What about this slate I found at Gendar's Rest? Should I give it to you?
No, it's safer in your hands. And when it comes time for the trial, I want you to deliver it. You're the only impartial person involved in this case. And besides, you did the legwork. You deserve the honor of submitting it.
What concerns do you have with arresting Mujin?
He's a prominent member of another noble house. I'm slightly concerned about the optics of this. Some may say we are trying to shift the balance of power, and so to move forward, our evidence must be ironclad.
Let's do it.
Thank you. This assassin's attempt will help our case, but we still need evidence tying him to Mujin. If you have time, check his office. There may be information connecting him to this individual.
I can do that. Anything else I should
Yes,
investigate?
as a matter of fact. The bodies of the assassins. They may offer more clues. I'll have security look them over also, but if their ranks have been infiltrated, I'd rather you inspect them first.
Yeah, I can do that.
Good. Our case must be ironclad given whom we are accusing. Regardless, he must answer for aiding the zealots and the murder of my cousin. Give me until the coming dawn and I will summon the relevant parties to my office. Mark my words. We will bring him to justice with all three noble houses as witness.
And what, pray, do you want?
Got someone's passcode. Let's investigate the other bodies. Target.
Yep, definitely not breathing.
Thank you. That person came to a gunfight with a knife.
Steady on now.
See what you can find at House Kadik. Your status should provide some freedom of movement there.
Yes.
I think we're going to figure out that this is actually a really long quest. And you can see we had two pretty, I would say, major points of interest. Like the one we triggered all the enemies at once. That was kind of cool. And saved the cousin, but somehow the quest does not recognize him as saved. I'm gonna have to research that just to make sure like it's not bugged out on my end, because I am playing with mods, so it possibly could be like some kind of mod conflict going on, but you know, the internet will know if it's just like a general, like they forgot to put in that dialogue or something. But yeah, a little bit of spy work here.
You did what you did. So vile.
And passing gas while I'm trying to like stealth around. The incident. I've been taking my morning walk. I had been taking my morning walk when it happened. There was a great rumble from the scaled citadel, followed by a flash of blinding light. I thought it was a clash of thunder and lightning until I realized the order was reversed. I turned around to find myself face to face with a wall of vortex, and half of the city turned vanished in a cosmic blink. I panicked, scrambled home to House Kadik. I remember the cascading sense of relief and dread as I saw my home was intact, but others were not. I imagine there are stories like mine all over Dazra, and perhaps when it is all over, there will be time to document them. For now, here is mine. Denial of transfer. Ochum Sharon. I've rejected the transfer of Ochum Sharon back to Dazra. I am worried about the effect this may have on his psyche, but the mission takes priority. From the day we were asked to slaughter our groats, we learn the lesson that the collective comes first. So while it pains me greatly to withhold the truth about his parents, I must do what's necessary for the sake of House Faroon. All must serve. Ochum's return. It seems one of my operatives will be returning to Dazra against my wishes. The authorization has been approved on medical grounds, which I find suspicious, but I will make do. Explaining the situation with his family will be difficult, but as a professional, I think he will empathize with my decision. If nothing else, a man of his skill set should not be put out to pasture. Much needs doing in the city still, and having him as my ward will be a boon to House Gadik. I will seek Elder Rasma's approval to adopt him. Workforce issues. The accident has left us all scrambling to revive the city. In hindsight, I'm thankful for Ochum's return, as we need every person we can get. I suspended most of my duties at the Ministry of Conjunction to focus on the efforts here to revive the city. Ochum's skills as a spy will be useful as we explore every option. I think I have a proposal, but I will need to meet with my colleagues in the Ministry of State and Commerce to discuss it further. Ochum Kadik. We have officially adopted Ochum into House Gadik. It was a proud day for all of us. I set him up with a computer in the dormitory areas with the other lower house members based on the work he'll be doing for us. We'll need it password protected, even from his own cousins. Unfortunately, I could not get approval from elders to accept his sister into the family. She does not meet the standards to become a member of the house. And if one cannot serve, they must grow as a person until they can. Meeting. Utilizing the lock mechanic quite a lot in this quest. Normally, like, they don't put information behind locks, but this quest has done exactly that and has put a lot of stuff behind locks. Okay, well, let's wait to this. I've received a slate from Ochum that I'll need to meet with the contacts at their hideout directly. I do wish they had chosen a less conspicuous name than that of the exiled one. In any case, there is concern the supply shipments will stop due to House Dolkef's meddling, so I'll need to assuage Their fears that the operation will continue once the chaos in Dazra has settled. Unfortunately, Ochum has chosen a rather particular time to disappear when he should be the liaison between myself and HM. But the matter is pressing enough that I'll need to go directly and show proof I am the supplier they've been dealing with. I've talked to the crew and the Cottage is ready to go. But I should meet with Quizrani first to gather more intel on the progress of the investigation. Okay, let's see if we can find Ochum's computer.
Something on your mind?
I'm lagging out. Oh, this is the bed area. I wonder if anything cool here like data slates or... No. Nope. Nothing interesting. Said it was downstairs. Probably through this door here.
I am not amused.
Let's go back in.
Ah, it's good to be somewhere when nobody is shooting it.
You disappoint me.
That's where I went
Hello
in at.
there.
Maybe it's this way. We need to find Ochum's computer. Ochum's personal logs. Accident in Dazra. I was running an infiltration job in Sidonia when I heard the news. The worst part is it came from the lips of a bloody smuggler. I asked my handler at the ministry about it, and he said the damage was minimal. He tells me to keep focus on the mission, but come on. I know Mujin Kadik for 8 years now, and I can tell when he is lying. Jinan's breath. It's my job to know. Ugh. I can't keep my head straight knowing my family might be in danger. Okay. More excuses, more red tape. It's driving me up the walls. I don't know how much more of this I can take. I know the mantra, all must serve. Translation, I'm not supposed to question orders. I know at the end of the day, if I go back to Dazra, on my own, I'm a dead man. But you can't convince me that what I'm doing here matters more. Mom, Dad, Madri, I love you. Discharge. Lady Luck threw me a bone because I've been discharged. They must have gotten my medical records switched with another agent because reading the files, it's based on a disease I don't have. Shame for the other guy, but I'm not going to bother correcting them. Oh, and here's a laugh. Now that I'm coming home for sure, Mujin changed his tune. He keeps telling me now how he's proud of my service and how he has all these plans to adopt me into House Kadik. What he really means is I may be free of my contract, but I'm still working for him. We'll see about that. Madri. I'm so mad, I'm steaming. My parents were lost in the accident. Madri has been without a guardian for weeks, and Mujin refuses to bring her into House Kadik. He keeps making the same excuse about how he had to call in a favor just to get me into the family. I may forgive, but I don't forget. Right, friend. I was at Harold's Rest today, having a drink. A stranger comes up to me, starts talking. They go on and on about an agent who died out in the settled systems with the same disease I don't got. I'm about to tell them to slough off, but then they start spinning this yarn about employment in Dazra. They say I could have been sent home the day of the accident to work on any number of jobs, but the request was denied by one Mujin Kadik. I hear this and I'm furious. I can hear about 20 veins pop one after another like a goddamn firecracker. Hell, I'm about to reach for my gun, walk up to my father, and pop one in his skull. But the stranger tells me they have a better idea. So I listened. A plan. I've been working as a mole for House Kadik for some time now. And the others don't have a clue. They've let me into some of their dealings with the zealots, supplying weapons, food, and ship parts, but all of it purchased legally and nothing that can be traced back to them. My friend from the bar has a plan, though. Instead of having the zealots buy supplies, we provide them for free in exchange for their loyalty. Some of them may be desperate enough to renounce their beliefs and get on their knees for House Varun, leaving Varun Kai. The plan has come together. The funds have been transferred to Madri as promised. Quizrani has a new convert, Lorem Ipsum, tracking her cousin's disappearance. With the encrypted slate in their possession, all that's left is to point them to Gendar's Rest. As for me, my friend hinted that I'll need to leave Varun Kai until the heat blows over. They said they have one last job for me, though. But I need to go to the refugee camp first and say goodbye to Madri before I go. Let's go to the refugee camp. Remote access logins. Exporting remote access logins and not found, missing fields, extracting blah blah blah. 5 shipments marked for hold. Kadik Ochim.
Did you get an update yet? Don't worry. If they were exposed in Atlantis, you'd have heard by now.
My game's lagging out. I'm just waiting for it to catch up here. Okay. We can leave here as soon as I find the way out.
Don't talk to me. I am very disappointed.
That's where we came in, Anna. Here's the way out. Alright. So I think we got sufficient evidence. We just need to wait and let time pass.
Yes.
But let's see if we can find our friend Ochim while we let time pass. Game's lagging out. It's the one thing I hate about the cloud gaming is that it lags a
Brother
bit.
lost his wife and home in the catastrophe. How can anyone say
I would give anything. What did we do to deserve this? What did I do?
You're saying things that might get you in trouble. Why isn't your faith seeing you through like the other people? I'd like to hear more about your wife if you're ready.
I am grateful for these opportunities to remember her. But to be honest, words can never do her justice. Her family did not like me. They said I was a dead end, not fit to be a husband or a father. They had a husband already picked out for Mira. But she would not hear it. She was just so supportive. She did not care what anyone, much less her family, thought of me. She just loved me and I loved her. That was the end of it. I knew I loved her since we were children, really. She was my neighbor, and I would do anything to get her attention. But I honestly did not think I would ever actually be so lucky to marry her. I just cannot believe she's gone.
Sorry for your loss. As hard as it might be, I think she would have wanted you to move on. Sorry for your loss.
Thank you. Really. Thank you. And thank you again for letting me tell you about her. I could talk about her for 1,000,000 years and never even scratch the surface of how amazing she was.
Some of the NPC dialogue is really rather something within this DLC.
We lost. You seem to be doing well. I'll drink to that.
Not looking for company right now.
I had hoped you would stop the duel. But what is done is done.
Why would I not be?
I worry about you at times.
Stop. Just stop. Let me drink in peace. Go on.
I'll meet her at the Halls of Hailing in a bit. Let me run down and see if I can find Ochum at the refugee camp, which is right down here. Kinda one thing I do wish is I don't like the nameless citizens. So one of the things like I'm not a fan of with Starfield is like the nameless citizens. I know there's mods to adjust that. See if we can find ourselves an Ochum here or
Just trying to survive one more day.
What am I even doing?
random healer. See, that's what I mean, like the generic names. Like past Bethesda titles, like every character except for like guards had like a name.
I hope he's okay. I'm so worried.
We found his sister. I have some questions about your brother Ochum.
Oh, is he in trouble? Ever since his last letter, I've been so worried.
I like your eyebrows. Lie, he's fine. I just need to speak with him. I don't think you'll like what I have to say. It's impossible to know right now. Was there something in particular that made you worried?
I don't know if there was one thing, but he was mentioning zealots and people talking bad about him. It was just a whole basket full of worries, but not a lot of details.
Lie. He's fine. I just need to speak with him.
Whew. That's a relief. My brother never tells me what he's up to, and I get it. But not knowing is always worse than the reality. I mean, my mind just thinks of the worst things. The last time I spoke to him, he said if anything ever happened to him, he'd leave something for me. In the usual spot. I've been thinking about going there, but I'm afraid to look.
I can go look for you.
Maybe, but I'm not sure he would want that.
This is urgent. On his computer, he mentioned going off planet.
Afurunkai? Then he is in trouble.
He mentioned a meeting with a friend at Harold's arrest. I'm investigating who that is. See, there's a lot of benefit to reading the computers.
He told you that too?
Interesting mechanic on
Maybe
this
you are a friend of
persuasion.
his.
We can just go for the 3.
Yes. And if so, then I should just give you the key and be done with it. The spot he mentioned was under the meat house. It's where I used to hide when we played hide and seek. I have a key here. Do you think you can check and see if he left anything?
I'll look for you. Do you want me to tell you what I find?
Yeah. I think I want to know.
This is an ending I've never uncovered before. We're going to go ahead and do it.
Oh, thank you. I really hope he's okay.
Our sins must have been considerable for the great serpent to
Where
subject
is the
us to
meat
this.
house? Vacant home. Goods exchange. There's the meat house. Let's let this charge back up. This looks like under the meat house. Ah. Ocham's recording.
I'll make the deposits into your accounts. Your family will be taken care of for generations to come.
And the thief?
Oh, we'll have a mountain of evidence linking them to the crime. Don't you worry. Especially after you convince them they need to visit Jandar's rest. It's the same as when I put the supplies on hold. You make it seem like it's their idea to help the zealots, when in reality, we're just setting them up to take the fall.
You seem pleased.
I've waited a long time for this one. I can't wait to see the look on his face. Or
Fifth all.
I'm not sure. Anyway, good job. You've served me well, but it's time we part ways. Fish and guests, as they say. I've only got one more task for you before our business is concluded. Something to really nail down your house as the bad guy.
And what's that?
I want Kisrani Dulkev dead. And I want you to convince your boss to order the hit.
What? I do that and I won't make it out of the city alive. It's a suicide mission. there a
Do they
problem?
have inns here?
Just make sure my sister is taken care of.
Okay.
I don't need excitement all the time.
Should we go back to her and just tell her what we found? Because it looks like Vethal has... This is a new ending I've uncovered for this. It looks like Vethal set them up to sell supplies to the Varun.
I hope things go back to normal soon.
Did you find my brother? Is he okay?
He passed. I'm sorry. Dead as a groat bone.
Oh. Well, I'm glad he's okay. But I'm sad I'll never get to say goodbye. Thank you for telling me.
Yep, he is gone. Our good friend Ochum. Alright, we're going to go this way. We need to jump back up these walls again. And we're going to see if we can turn in the Vithal person who set up Dolkef to commit treason. I mean, in my book, they're both guilty, and both their heads should be on the chopping block. Because
Shame what happened to the cultural centers.
Dolkef, even though he was set up, he shouldn't have done it in the first place. Vethal shouldn't have set him up.
I am trying to keep strong, but I fear I may be losing my mind.
At least being this busy keeps my mind occupied.
And what, pray, do you want?
But that was an interesting little wrinkle in the storyline there.
You've been busy, Diviner.
I have. Seems like you've been expecting me. I've been very busy. In fact, I was on my way to arrest you. Well, I'm on my way to arrest you and Vethal because I think you're both guilty of treason.
Of course. You've managed to piece together this case at a pace I did not anticipate. That is a credit to you as an investigator. But before you proceed into that room, I must ask, do you have the proof you need? Is it solid?
It's solid.
Yes. My intel says you came back with a slate in hand. I imagine the contents of which are incriminating. So let us speak frankly for a moment, if we may.
I'm listening.
I've been thinking about the events of the past few days, and I have some thoughts. The speed at which things have unraveled, it makes me wonder how much of this outcome has been orchestrated. Of course, I am not denying my role in all this. Yes, I approved to have the supplies rerouted. And yes, I ordered that they be directed to the zealots. But the murders, the violence, these were not directives I had ordered. If I am guilty of anything, it's being a rubber stamp.
Ochum's recording. I know. I have evidence you were steered towards helping the zealots.
If that's so, then whoever this person is, they're far more dangerous than I. But I digress. Even if I wasn't steered toward this outcome, I would do it again, if given the chance. In the end, it was necessary. A handful of supply shipments are a meager exchange for an entire clan of allies. United with House Malin, we can rebuild Dazra as the industrial and military force it was during the Serpent's crusade. Which is why I ask that you listen to my proposal. Let me go. Allow me to continue my efforts discreetly for the betterment of House Varun.
My silence doesn't come cheap. All right, you have a deal. You're going to come with me and surrender to the authorities. Let you go. I didn't realize you were a comedian, Mujin. If I let you go, who will take the fall for the murder? What happens to Gendar's arrest if I agree to your terms?
You said so yourself. My ward, Okim, was deeply embedded in this operation, and thus serves as the perfect suspect. He takes the fall, and I continue with my operations unabated.
You're going to come with me and surrender
You
to the
disappoint
authorities.
me, convert. Why should I willingly confess and ensure my death? I'd much rather argue my case in front of my peers.
You will.
I don't know what evidence you've gathered, but without anything concrete, it's your word against mine. We shall see which one carries more weight.
Yes, we shall. Ah.
Thank you all for coming. I think we can all agree that the charges for this crime are quite serious. Theft of supplies, aiding the zealots, and the murder of my cousin. Which is why it comes with great shock that evidence points to a member of House Kadik as the thief.
Based on what evidence? House Kadik does not deal in trade. Your house does.
I would not be making this claim without sufficient cause, nor is House Dulkef the bearer of this information. Diviner, the floor is yours.
Give Slate. Mujin is guilty. This should prove that Mujin Kadik is responsible for the stolen supplies.
This slate lists you by name, Envoy. What do you have to say for yourself?
Is this what you called me to your office for, Kisrani? This is an absolute disgrace to your department.
You haven't answered my question, Mujin.
Nor should I have to. A single slate, which I might add is likely fabricated, is not enough to prove anything. It's your word against mine.
Thank you all for coming. I think we can all agree that the charges for this crime are quite serious. Theft of supplies, aiding the zealots, and the murder of my cousin. Which is why it comes with great shock that evidence point...
Based on what evidence? House Kadik does not...
I would not be making this claim without sufficient cause. No. Diviner, the floor is yours.
Took me out of conversation there. Mujin is guilty? This should prove...
This slate lists you by name, Envoy. What do you have to say for yourself?
Is this what you called me to your office for, Kisrani? This is an absolute disgrace to your department.
You haven't answered my question, Mujin.
Nor should I have to. A single slate, which I might add is likely fabricated, is not enough to prove anything.
There's also evidence on his computer that backs up the slate.
Is that so, Mujin? Or do you deny...
Why
I
does
pray
it...
that you have not doomed us all.
Why do you keep kicking me out of conversation here?
I think we can... Theft of supply, which is...
Based on what evidence?
I would not be making... Diviner? This slate lists you...
Is this what you called me to your office for, Kisrani?
You haven't answered my...
Nor should I have to.
Computer?
Is that so, Mujin? Or do you deny the words you yourself wrote?
I absolutely deny it. My computer has obviously been tampered with. This is clearly not enough evidence to even consider me a suspect.
Oh, you didn't know. We have piles of evidence, ship departure records, signatures, the works.
I also have evidence
And
against
of
you.
course, the kicker. Kisrani's would-be assassin.
Security has identified him as Okim Kadik.
Well, that's your ward, Mujin.
In fact, if I were you, Envoy, I would think long and hard about submitting to the guard peacefully. Given the severity of your crimes, the captain has the authority to do it by force.
I will cooperate, but this is by no means an admission. And make no mistake, the three of you will pay for this insult.
Make all the threats you want, Envoy. My decision is made. Guard, take him away.
As you command, Executor.
I appreciate you backing me up on this one. Warden Vithal had brought some evidence linking Mujin to the crime, but it's your evidence that makes me feel confident we can convict. All told, I'm extremely grateful. Ukaru was family, and I would not have been able to rest if I knew the thief had not been brought to justice. It's a well-known secret that Mujin was not a popular member of House Kadik. I suspect he may have operated independently, and Elder Razma will likely deny any involvement. The guard will move him to lockup. You can visit him if you like, so long as he cooperates. A grim reality is, it's unlikely he will be there long. Aiding the zealots is a crime punishable by death. There are typically no exceptions. Add to that the murder of a state official, and, well, he'll be lucky if his death is swift. My thanks are yours. You had no personal stake in solving my cousin's murder, yet you did so with diligence and aplomb. For that, you will be well rewarded.
I've also handed over everything we have at House Vithal regarding the case. Who knows what other crimes we can uncover while poring over the evidence.
Your diligence is appreciated, Warden. And if there's nothing else you'd like to discuss, I think we can bring this case to a close.
Okay, there's actually one more thing.
Well, any additional evidence is always helpful. Let's have a look.
I'll make the deposits into your accounts. Your family will be taken care of for generations to come.
Tevina, is this you?
What? Where did you get that? That sounds nothing like me.
Listen to it. It's your voice.
And your point is? Even if you can prove that's me, which you can't, you can connect me to the supply thefts.
You were working with Mujin's ward to manipulate him, and you ordered the hit on Kisrani. I'm not even sure that's your voice, to be honest. Ochum was your mole at House Kadik. Outside of the zealots, that's kind of thing is not allowed. What about the murder of Karu Dalkif? You set the whole thing in motion.
You stop talking. Did the
In
vortex
other
get your
words,
brain too?
Not only did you try to have me killed, if not for you, my cousin would still be alive. Guard, escort the warden to lockup. I think the guard captain will be very interested in the contents of this slate.
You can't be serious. Haskadik is to blame here, Kisrani. I had nothing to do with this.
Warden, I'll ask you one time to come peacefully. I won't ask again.
Fine. But this isn't over.
On the contrary, Warden, I believe it is.
Oh. So there we go.
Jinan's breath. I had no idea. How did you even discover all this?
Ukaru was the one that pointed the way. I'm very good at what I do. Ukaru was the one who pointed the way.
My cousin was always one step ahead. It seems that was the case even in death. Without you, Not only would we have not solved the case, but we would have never uncovered Tavina's work behind the scenes. And on a personal note, I want to extend my gratitude for avenging my cousin's murder. With the accident and all that's going on, I haven't really had time to grieve, but closing this case might help me start that process. So for that, I thank you.
There we go. Quest is over. I could have sworn I saved Ukaru, but maybe I'm mistaken. I'm gonna look up that quest and just see if maybe it's like bugged out. Because I recall there was something in the last update that they changed with that quest, and maybe they broke it. But I'll look it up and see if maybe they missed dialogue for Karu's survival, or maybe I'm not supposed to be able to save him like I did. But we will figure that out. Alright. So, this is probably going to be a really long episode. I'm sure this is like 2 hours long. This is a long quest. I think it's a very good quest, besides like the whole, I saved Ukaru, but no one recognized it or acknowledged it. Maybe he died in the crossfire, but last thing I saw of him, he was leaving through the exit. But I'm going to look up that quest and just see if that's bugged out or what's going on with that. But very enjoyable quest. That ending I had never seen before. I didn't realize that I was able to turn in both those houses. So quite exciting. But as always, friends, please enjoy your night. I'm probably going to post this tomorrow at some point in time. And we'll continue on with this series.